You are listening to Girls in Low Places.
We're like the country music podcast that your mum banned you from listening to.
Let's go, you freak.
Who let us backstage, honestly?
GILPers, you join us today where one of us is feeling fine and the other is perhaps not feeling the same way. Catherine, welcome to the studio. Would you like to tell us how you're feeling and what you've been doing?
I feel awful.
She has got literally the most severe hangover I've ever actually seen you have.
Yeah, it's actually really, really bad. I'm just like sort of dissociating.
You look all right though, to be fair.
You just said I look like cement about a minute ago.
No, Sophia said that.
Oh, right. I think I've probably had about 1 hour's sleep.
Yeah, there is so much to discuss. We have literally had the busiest week.
Well, this is also the first time me and you have just sat down alone for a long
this for
time.
ages.
Well, first of all, I think this is what we can go back. We can say basically it was my birthday last night. Yesterday.
You're working backwards, are you?
Well, I think we should realize we should work backwards as to why I'm this hungover.
Fine, let's do it.
So it goes way back to Ozzy's wedding. Ozzy's married, everybody!
Woo!
Oh, it was so stunning, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was such a fun day. I've spoken to you guys since.
I
Oh my
know.
god. Yeah, no, it was great. It was really great. Katie brought down the house with her performance.
With the band.
You were talk of the town, old prior engagement.
On your wedding day.
Which is how, I'm just used to it.
It was unreal. And watching you get married was so special. And the speeches.
So lovely. You did not have never said that to me before.
Yeah, it was really wonderful.
I did awards for my speech, and I awarded Katie the prize of the only guest that had still not RSVP'd. So I was literally looked down on the list. I was like, oh yeah, everyone's swift on the RSVP. Everyone's been really good. Told me dietary preferences. Blank gap, Catherine Atkin.
You knew I was going to be there. I was booked as the band. What can I say? But in the band, you were playing Cupid, weren't you? Really?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I did that. I basically tried to set up 3 to 4 couples at my wedding.
You've had some
Trying to
success.
spread the love. 2 out of 3.
Well, I don't know if you'd count. Well, I don't know. Would you count us?
Are you joking? Are you joking? I'm not counting you. Are you joking? Where were you last night?
So basically, Ozzy's cousin plays guitar.
Yeah.
And he's really nice. And we rehearsed before the wedding a couple of times, but I wasn't really sure. I thought maybe we're going to be friends, but then at the wedding, we both definitely something clicked. We're being a bit weird, holding hands and
teenage
sitting on
dreams
each other's laps. But then also, we haven't seen each other since the wedding. He's been away. I've been busy. Things have been happening. And then I come over to yours last night. Ozzy kindly, because we had the Opry on Friday, so we kind of doubled that down as my birthday celebration. But then also everyone kept on saying to me, it's not your actual birthday today. But I was but it is.
But on Friday, the internet thought it was your birthday. So essentially, you've had an internet birthday and a real birthday.
Yeah, and the funniest thing I think about the internet birthday is that my ex-fiance of 6 years texted me saying happy birthday on the wrong day. So
on the internet birthday.
On the internet birthday.
He got brainwashed into it.
Yeah, he drank the Kool-Aid. But then, and we are going to talk all about the Opry, guys. Don't worry. This isn't just a sad story about my life. We are going to go back and debrief all of that, which is a major, major feature of this episode. But just before we get there, and then I came around to yours last night. Ozzy kindly cooked me dinner just to have a girly night in. We were watching Strictly. We were with another friend. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was so nice, wasn't it? We haven't had a normal kind of chilled non-guilt night for a while.
Yeah, and then Ozzy's cousin was basically like, shall I come over and just hang out with you guys? And I was then like, no, let's take this elsewhere. And here I am. Dying.
She reappeared. Well, I babysat Dolly last night because her slutty mummy was out, and I was once again social services dog sitting, and then she reappeared this morning at my front door at 8:30 in the same outfit. Oh my god, we haven't talked about the outfit.
So I arrived at Ozzy's looking like hell. I had glasses on, I had dungarees, my hair wasn't washed. I looked.
You were wearing your fishing clogs.
Wearing my fishing clogs.
Your gardening shoes, which was absolutely mental.
I wore them at C2C as well.
Yeah.
They're such a big feature. Anyways, wearing fishing clogs. And yeah, basically, as soon as this happened, we all immediately panicked. We're like, you can't go looking like that. So I've got Ozzy's contact lenses in still, which are a grade too far for me. So everything feels like I'm in virtual reality. I am so
Last night
dizzy.
you were telling me that they were literally perfect. You were like, I can see perfectly.
And then the only thing that we had that I was
This is
like,
wild. We're telling him all this right now.
I know, he's going to be like, what? Basically,
Also, he has signed off on us talking about this.
so the only thing we could find at Ozzy's house was the Wrangler outfit from the long road. So we shoved that on with my fishing clogs.
And you were like, do you have any earrings? I just took the ones out of my ears.
These are them. Off we bloody trot.
Yeah, wild.
Oh, well, off I trot. And yeah, had an
I
absolute...
closed the door, went to bed with Ollie.
Yeah.
That was the end of my night. And just the start of yours.
You know, and it basically means that I'm trying to Saltburn Ozzy.
It's starting to really freak me out.
No. It's fine.
Anyway, very excited for you both.
No, good fun. Really nice guy.
Anyway, that is honestly like the smallest part of the story this week. Because we have been out and about, haven't we, guys?
We have been
Booked
so
and
busy. We had Georgia Asda on Tuesday.
Yes.
Such a fun event. The Cowgirl line is insane. We
Yeah.
live podcasted for some influencers that are on a sort of like Georgia Asda like collection trip. And God, it was so stunning, the place that we were at.
The line was so good.
Yeah, so good.
This is one of the items.
Oh my God, I'm actually wearing George.
Yeah.
Because it was, again, one of the things that we could find this morning at Ozzy's house.
From
It's
the
one of the
order.
options from George, and here I am wearing it, and I think personally it looks great. Get yourself down to George immediately. The homeware, everything, stunning, and just so excited to see these big brands like sort of like have a proper cowgirl collection.
Yeah.
And so many options for gigs and things like that.
People have been in the DMs being like, oh my God, where's this from? And especially the bit we put up about the homeware. People have been saying, where can you get it?
Yeah, the cowgirl candles.
Yeah,
love them.
amazing new homeware coming early next year. So
Yeah.
keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes bloody peeled. We'll be kitting out
Keep
the
your eyes
studio, I
peeled
hope so.
and wear the correct prescription contact lenses.
Yeah, because otherwise it makes you feel like you are at like some sort of Universal Studios ride. That's how I feel today.
So that was Tuesday. Then we got back, had literally 24 hours. And then next we had the Hardy listening party.
Listening Party. Love that album. I've spoken about it quite a lot this week, so I don't want to go too heavy on it because I feel like I'll just talk about Hardy all day. But I just really enjoyed like the album. And then we had the Opry, which is the main, I think that's the main debrief today.
Of course. Yeah,
we just need to talk about it. So first of all, we were like outfits, okay? Because we were invited to some industry drinks before. And I was like, is it red carpet sort of vibes? Is it like really glam? Or is it like casual? You were like, I want to go casual. And I was like, no, this is the time to look a little bit more glam. And I think we looked quite glam. You said to me, I can't believe I'm in a satin shirt, two-piece to watch Luke Combs.
It was not what I had envisioned to be watching Luke Combs in. But no, it was fine. I mean, because we had a slightly more professional thing before and then we're going to the gig. But I think it was kind of more...
Well, I think I looked like I was going to go and play alphabet afterwards a little bit.
I love that outfit of mine as well because it's like wearing your pajamas outside. So it felt like I was actually in my pajamas, really. But yeah, no, okay. Where do we even start with Opry? What a night. What a night.
For the Gilpers who were there, lucky you, it was extremely special. For the Gilpers who weren't there, I'm going to give two sides of the coin, I think, to this. It was definitely the most special evening I feel I've definitely been to this year, like if not maybe ever doing the podcast, because it was just, you could feel the butterflies in the air, you could feel the sense of occasion. The artists were extremely excited, the audience were extremely excited, we didn't know what to expect. But as soon as we sat down and we saw that set, the Grand Ole Opry set was just perfection. It was like you were there. Like I've stood on the stage and got the picture in Nashville, and it is literally, it felt like you were there. The anticipation was in the air. It was unreal. But what I will say is that it was definitely a special. It wasn't, in my mind, a full concert of each artist. So,
No.
So each artist would kind of do like one of their really well-known songs, a cover, and then I'd say maybe, it was kind of like they did two covers. They didn't do many of their own they didn't play all the hits, let's put it that way. It's like one hit, and then there was a couple of other different works and different things. I mean, Carly Pearce bringing out Luke Combs within like the first 10 minutes of this show starting was unreal as a surprise. Like
that was amazing. Everyone was just like going wild.
And you said that you felt that it really made Luke Combs seems like he was so grounded that he was like, I'm not waiting to the end to come on. Like, this whole thing is bigger than me.
100%.
And
I really
loved
respected
that for
him for doing that.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
We also, and we don't want to always talk about how hot men are on this podcast, but he is really attractive in person.
Yeah.
He's had swag.
Got a swag vibe.
And I know that we have spoken about Luke Combs, like it's not what we reach for often. And being a country podcast, that's quite controversial.
Yeah.
I don't reach to listen to Luke Combs all the time. But my God, he impressed me. I really want to see him live. You really want to see him live, like fully.
Oh my God, I was obsessed.
And I totally get it, GILPers now. I get it.
Yeah, I think we really get it now. And also, I've been listening to him a little bit more recently. Like now, I will actually go to Back in the Saddle. I will go to Ain't No Love in Oklahoma.
You're going to be reaching for
off
Luke
my
Combs.
own back. Like I
You're
will
going to be back
now.
in the saddle.
I'm back in the saddle.
She's back in
I'm
the
back in the saddle with Luke.
We were so honoured to be there.
Yeah, we really were.
Thank you to the Opry for
Yeah.
like even having us on your radar. Like that's just unbelievable. I know how difficult those tickets were to get, and I just think that like everybody who was in that room just knew how lucky they were to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. And I loved Darius Rucker as well. I thought it was so good.
Darius Rucker, Mumford and Sons.
Mumford & Sons.
Oh.
I mean, every time I've seen them, I've cried. I saw them at... Where did I see them? Festival or something. Was it Festival? Something
Festival,
like
that's a throwback.
that. Like a real throwback, and I was like reduced to tears. But they had the whole room in the palm of their hand.
Like you could hear a pin drop.
Makes you realise like actually what incredibly talented musicians they are.
Yeah.
To be able to just basically sing a cappella, essentially, harmonise to like nothing.
And I think it's already
Amazing.
been aired on Sky Arts, but I think it's also coming to the BBC. So I think anyone who wasn't there, you'll be able to watch this and you will feel the magic coming off the room. Like it was unreal. I love Ashley McBride's Girl Going Nowhere, and I was nervous she wasn't going to sing it. I've never seen her live, so I was that's my song. It's
and you lost it.
Song. I lost it, not in like a wow kind of way, in like a, you know how you have like a single tear at a gig sometimes when you're like, oh, this is my song, it's really emotional, it's amazing. This song on its own in isolation is such a personal song to me, but also in this atmosphere on that day, in the way she delivered that song, I was convulsing.
No,
I was like,
it was
bored.
wild.
It was like my childhood trauma or something all came out in one hit.
And me and Baylor next to you like...
I just couldn't contain myself. And I feel like I tried to hold it in and not make a scene because it just felt like a very like, I had to have a solo moment. You were like super impressed by her.
Yeah, I thought she was really good.
I thought she was great at talking as well. I thought she was really funny. I thought she
Very
was really
humble.
Very
down to earth.
Kudos. And
Fun.
like, I just think every artist was amazing. Martha Stewart was amazing. I mean, his guitar skills are just off the chain.
Yeah, Andrew was amazing.
It was just, there was just some absolute magic in the air.
Yeah, there was. It was really, really special.
I mean, I will say it did feel quite like there was a lot of things that needed to be in the concert for the TV special.
Yeah.
I think, we would have all loved, I think, the music to go on all night. I think we could have all been there till 4 a.m. with those artists. I think that, like, maybe I would have preferred a little bit less of the VTs and the explanation of what the Opry is. I think that could have maybe been saved for the TV special. And we didn't need to have that in the gig, and maybe we could have got a few more songs from Luke at the end there. But, I mean, that's really nitpicking. That's me being like... But, we know that this needs to go out to, the audience and explain why this is such an impactful, monumental evening. And some people don't know about the Opry and its history. And I think it's great to educate new fans, people who don't know anything about country music are just going to turn on their TV and be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, it is important. But, yeah, I definitely was like... one more song.
Everyone
and they didn't.
was. Yeah. Literally everyone. I think, because the end, it wasn't entirely clear, like, if it was ending and then if there was something more coming. So I think that kind of maybe got people's hopes up a little bit. But it was a really special night.
Absolutely special.
It had, what's the word? It had, like, that American showbiz star quality.
Yes, and then you occasionally had Vernon Kay coming in with his Bolton accent, which brought us all back down to earth. I loved that Bob got a sort of standing ovation moment where we recognised Bob
100%.
Harris. I think there has been a lot of interest in Vernon Kay being the choice. I think, his dad was a truck driver.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, I think from that's where he says he's got his interest in country music. But I do think we can all say it's an interesting choice. I really like the fact that we're getting a new audience in to learn more about country music. I think lots of people are big fans of Vernon, and they will come across and be like, oh, Vernon's plenty. Okay, I feel like I know him. But I do think Bob Harris does something where he speaks about anything. He could speak about this green smoothie that I'm having and this terrible hangover and make it sound like an incredible nostalgic green smoothie. He says one word with his voice and it's just glorious.
Whispering Bob Harris.
And I think
the legend.
I think I'm going to say I did miss a little bit of Whispering Bob Harris as bringing that special.
I always miss Bob when Bob's not the focal point.
We just miss Bob in general. I miss Bob right now.
We miss you.
Bob would know what to do right now. He'd sort me right out. I also feel like within that, we could have actually not have had any British presenter. And we could have just had Kelly. Kelly was so good, so slick, talking about female empowerment. Like it was, and I thought she was fantastic. Love her. She's a GILPer. She follows the pod.
I know. I can't believe that.
Can't believe it. So I think we could have just had a gal up there. But I do understand what Vernon does. He brings in a broader crowd. He brings in, the country listener who we don't know about. And I don't want to, Vernon, come on the pod. Come and chat about it.
But I think there's probably an element of the fact, I think it's representative of how big country's become in a way.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this is A, happening in London, but B, the powers that be feel like it is worthwhile having a mainstream presenter doing it.
Yeah.
Like, because there would have been once upon a time that, it would have been kind of shoved in the corner and...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it felt like it was kind of going into like the focus of TV and everything else, which is like pretty impressive. That is a real turnaround. And also, as we've been saying, there are just lots of signs at the moment that country is here to stay. Like every week there's 2 to 3 things you could be doing. Back in the day, you'd be lucky if you had one a year.
Yeah, which actually brings me to my next point in terms of things that are happening, being announced.
Yes.
Obviously, we had the C2C announcement.
Yeah.
Super excited. We kind of chatted about that on social media, so I don't feel like we need to go over the headliners again because we're excited. I think the lineup is great, but obviously there has been a lot of commentary about there's no female headliner. What do we think about that being a female platform? Of course, we would love 3 female headliners. I'd absolutely bloody love that. But I do think there's no reason that C2C has not booked 3 female headlines. I think if they could, they bloody would. There are more male country acts in America. We've talked about the fact that female airtime is not good on country radio in America. And I think that means there are more male acts to choose from who are available to travel. And I think it is a scheduling thing. I don't think it's C2C. I think lots of people have complained about that. And I think it's the wrong thing to be complaining about right now. I actually think there's a way bigger thing to be complaining about.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll get onto that.
Oh, right.
I was also going to say that, like, yes, whilst I agree, like, there's no female headliners, they are also spotlighting, like, really important women in country. Like, Noeline Hoffman is going to be there. Ashley Cook, I love. Like, Mackenzie Carpenter, obviously. Like, I know it's not a headliner.
Yeah.
But it's not that they're not wanting female country.
Absolutely not. But
And those people are on their way to becoming, bigger potential headliners.
But look, we hear you, GILPers. Like, we will always champion having... Of
course, everyone wanted to see Megan there or Ella there, but equally, I mean, I made this point to Sophia and we slightly disagree on this. Like, I almost feel like some of those are like... I almost felt like, of course they wouldn't do that right now because they're in their prime, they're in their peak. They want to do their own tour. They want to fill
the O2 out on their own, not the back off another festival of headliners that pull it in.
Kind of might be where they're at right now.
It's an interesting point. But I think there's a bigger point that people are complaining about the C2C headliners when they should actually be complaining about something else that's been announced. And we're quite aware on this podcast, like we get a lot of like support from festivals and managers, labels, and we are so appreciative of the help we get to make this podcast.
Oh my gosh, we really are.
But sometimes we have to remember we are a podcast.
Yeah.
And although I don't want to bite the hand that has been so great, great to us.
Yeah.
I am going to say that this is the time to take a stand and have an opinion on Garth Brooks being booked as the BST headliner while he is in the midst of a court case for sexual assault, which he vehemently denies and may very well be acquitted of, and it may be completely untrue, but it may also not. We don't know.
Yeah, they are just allegations at the moment.
They're just allegations.
The court case is live still. I think being a female platform, trying to champion women in country, we've talked a lot between us recently about kind of current political aspects, how that plays into the music. Like everything has been quite heavy at the moment. And I feel like it was just kind of another decision that was made that really could have been a different one that would have made things feel a little bit better at this current time.
I also think there's a lot of people in the UK who don't know about this case.
Do you?
Yeah, whenever I've spoken to people about it, they're like, really? Quite a lot of people.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it just feels like a sticky, icky ick. I don't know what's going to happen, but at the moment I feel very hanging in the balance and confused. And I just think I had heard some rumours that it was going to be an icon. And the first person that came to my head was Dolly. I was like, please let it be Dolly. We've had 2 male headliners previous to this in the country realm. It's time to have a female big country icon. And I thought it was going to be Dolly, and it definitely wasn't. We could have had a lot of other artists who have nothing sticky going on.
And also I think, yes, definitely that aspect, but also like musically in terms of, I appreciate, Garth's legacy, and obviously, our podcast name is basically, named on one of his songs. So,
and I still love that music. Yeah.
I think we'd spoken about, Casey, Lainey, any of the crew, that have really women that have earned their place to do something like
Kelsea
that.
Ballerini.
I know they did have Shania. We've got to be fair. They did.
Love Shania.
But like, it would have been a really nice time to have a female headliner. And I think there are options that it could have been. And I know there's a smaller pool.
But that's how I feel. I feel like the frustration with C2C is displaced when we're looking at Garth Brooks and no one seems to have said anything. So I just wanted us to say something. So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
Once again, we want to make it very clear. They are allegations. He does deny them. We wait and see.
And also, we would very much, we will sit down and speak to anybody and ask the person directly these questions. We are always happy to,
and we know
have those conversations.
And we know so many people are really excited for him to come, and the music obviously will always be fantastic.
I think it's just in the context of everything that is happening wider at this time. And I think I certainly feel like sometimes it's hard to sometimes be a country fan at the moment when you are politically aware, or you are like bothered about certain rights, or you care about certain things. And I think it's sometimes hard for us to talk about these things because we don't necessarily want to upset people. And we are open-minded. We always try to understand everyone's side of things. But there are just things that I think have to be said at the moment because of the way the world is.
Yeah, and I want to also not be super, I want to make sure we cover the right things for the GILPers. I always say this about country music, is that in the UK, it is more just about the music, because we can sort of switch off a little bit to the political leanings, because it's not in our face every single day about which artist doing believes this and where did red or blah, blah, blah. So I think that is something why we adore the music so much, why country fans feel great when they come over here, because we do really focus on the music and not
100%, and we always will. I just think there are aspects at play that you can't ignore socially sometimes at the moment.
I agree. I'm tired.
Tired.
Well, that's probably because I've had 1 hour sleep, but
oh my god, don't want to know any more information. Anyway, we've gone in heavy, we've gone in deep, we have feelings about it. But let us know your thoughts, and
we're happy to hear everybody's information, opinions.
Yeah, we want to hear everyone's
We want to learn. We're not saying that we know everything, and we're not on our soapbox here. We just want to sort of open
the conversation
a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting things coming up.
There's a lot happening. There has been a lot happening.
Yeah.
Oh, where do we even go now?
Well, I think first of all we need to talk about the fact that you are going to take a little bit of a Sabby C.
I am.
Not Sabby C, that's Sabrina Carpenter. I think we need to talk about Ozzy's going to take a little bit of a camera sabbatical.
I am, guys.
We're having a GILP restructure. We have
welcome to the Financial Times podcast.
We have seen how well Riley Green has performed.
Yes.
That was a viral, crazy moment. It's been on TV in Nashville. It's been everyone. Apparently, Carter Faith went to dinner with someone the other day and said, "Oh God, that girl on the table with Riley Green." Carter Faith.
Carter bloody Faith.
Carter bloody Faith. Also, can we, sorry, just totally scatting around here. Do you remember meeting Shane Ritchie at the Opry?
God. That was wild. Literally, as we're going into got our tickets going in to our seats. All right, Shane.
And I was like, is he a country fan? Apparently, he's really good friends with Darius Rucker.
Oh my God. No way.
I don't know. I would
Shane
love to
and
know
Darius, get on
it. What a dynamic duo. Right, basically, the podcast is going in a really interesting direction. After Riley Green, I know you guys saw that really blew up for us.
Yeah.
And I think that we are getting better guests. We're getting bigger guests. More is happening for us on like a general day-to-day basis, and Ozzy has a full-time job.
Yeah.
And it means that she can't just be everywhere at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Sadly not.
If we have a branded thing, it needs to be like, it's difficult for you to be able to balance the two things. And you've just got married, and you've got other different things, projects, life goals, all sorts of things going on in the background.
Yeah.
Being on camera is relentless.
It is
relentless. And I say this as an extrovert who loves being on camera. It is relentless. Like today, I'm dying. And I think that Ozzy's going to step basically into more of a team role, and Team GILP is going to be, we are a female-led platform, and we will always be, our team is all female. We are all, hey, Sophia, shout out Sophia. And we're going to always be that GILP team. Ozzy's still going to be floating around. She's going to be in the vlog. She's going to be here and there. She's going to be at events. But I have to drive this forward. I've got to go and get those guest interviews for you that I can do at like 8 a.m. on a Sunday, probably with 1 hour's sleep. The podcast is now heading in a direction that it needs me to be full time, and to take this forward, we need to do some sort of team restructuring, I suppose. Is that the way you'd describe it?
Yeah, I think we've had such a good year and a half of us just chatting shit on the sofa.
Yeah.
And it's been so fun, and we really appreciate all your OG support. But we know that you guys want to see more interviews with artists. We knew that was going to prove difficult with me kind of always needing to be here on camera, kind of forward facing. So I'm going to basically step into GILP collective role. I will still be here. So do not be surprised if you I will be at gigs. We will be around.
She's not getting rid of me that easily. I'm basically in a family now.
I'm fully still involved. Yeah.
Still going to get that country yap, because I'm going to have loads of different influencers, presenters, the people who are true fans in the UK space, who you maybe wouldn't even expect as a big country fan, talking about different things and different gigs and different things from their perspective. We know that lots of you GILPers who have followed us from the beginning, when it was just me and Ozzy sitting on the sofa chatting, absolute shit most of the time, have really got to know us as our friendship. You want to hear Ozzy's reactions to things, when I do the Riley Green thing, people wanted to know what
if you're ever curious of what the reaction is, it's just fuck. It's just that. Just have that in your mind. You don't need anything more.
But what we're going to do to sort of help this slight little transition, slight little restructure, is we are going to have a GILP vlog, which I think will actually have already gone out by the time this episode goes out, but it's going to give a lot more behind the scenes, live reactions. It means we can kind of thought dump, where if we have a guest episode that week, but something mad happens, for example, Kelsea and Chase, we must come on to that in a moment. Kelsea and Chase, we can actually have a live reaction moment from me, from you, from Sophia, from Team GILP, and also an insight into what it means to be a part of the GILP team, GILP collective, what is going on in our world, because it is absolutely mental at all times. I'm sure if you guys
we're all exhausted.
If you guys have seen the vlog from this week, you're going to be like, Jesus, you're going to see why I'm sitting here shaking. And that I really did not need 1 hour of sleep last night. But hey, you know what? A girl in a low place has got to keep being a girl in a low place.
So many exciting things in the pipeline. We've got so much coming up.
Yeah.
it's just getting bigger and better, and it does feel like a little time to just have a little moment and just be like, sorry, how far have we come? How much have we achieved? I'm very proud of you.
I'll be waiting. No, it's too much.
Too much. Yeah, it's the next chapter.
It is the next
really
chapter,
excited.
and it's gonna be girls, Gilpers. It's me and you, on camera. And
I'm chief of vibes.
Ozzy's chief of vibes. Sophia is chief of everything else. And we are going to be. It's me and you. It's me and you forever, Gilpers.
Basically, Katie needs consistent management, and I'm taking on a full-time role as keeper, carer, and manager.
Sorry, just to go back, just while we're here, let's just talk about Kelsea and Chase. I feel my most interesting thing about the Kelsea. So we obviously we don't know what's gone on. It seems a bit weird that he's posted about her birthday and then I also am leave our girl Kelsea alone. I love a little pop culture and a speculate, but I feel with Kelsea I'm just let her be. She's had a big divorce. Now she's had this nice relationship. Now it's all happening again. Oh my God, I'm really upset for her. But the most interesting thing about all of this is when she was papped on Dumois the other day leaving somewhere, is there were so many comments saying, this is not what we do in Nashville.
Yeah.
There is no paparazzi allowed in Nashville to do these street pics because it's just an unwritten rule, which I didn't know.
No, but it makes sense because that's why you never see anything.
Never see country stars papped.
Which is totally fair.
Apart from maybe a Megan and a Riley, but that's always taken on a phone at an airport.
Yeah, and
in LAX or something.
Yeah, I know. I really
them.
want to know what happened there. But Kelsea, we hope you're good. We got you, girl.
We love
you.
you.
Want to come on the pod and break it down for us, we would love that.
But also put it in your music. I can't wait for Rolling Up the Welcome Mat
next album.
Part 2.
Oh, buzzing.
Yeah, that's going to be some heavy listening, I feel, if this has gone the way we are speculating it may have done.
Just makes such good music from this stuff, though.
We love you. I know.
But yeah.
Can I also just say something, actually, while we're here?
Yeah.
While we're here and talking about it, I just want to say something. I think you have, from starting as my co-host, where you didn't really want to be a co-host, you kind of always wanted to be more of a producer vibe anyway, and I kind of dragged you no, come on, be on camera. I really think you've come into your own, and I think you've actually I feel we've both been on a journey together where we've got a little bit more comfortable on camera, seeing ourselves back. It's still really rough. I know we've touched on this before, but Gilpers, I can't tell you how hard it is to sit and watch hours and hours and hours and hours of yourself back on camera and edit it. It makes you shouldn't. Some things in life you shouldn't see. You shouldn't see the back of your own head. I really don't think you should. And I like to think, as I think most of the Gilpers would maybe say, is that I am someone who has probably delusional, but a lot of confidence, and I don't really care how I look most of the time, and I'm very much do it for the bit, who cares how I look. But even I really, really struggle with it sometimes, and it does sometimes make you go, oh God, what do I look like?
Yeah, the camera thing's funny because I think as you say, I kind of got dragged into this being on camera, and it was never something I ever wanted to do. And
you wanted it to be audio only, didn't you?
I would be doing this till the end of time if it was audio only.
I know.
But that's the way this world and this industry works now. Everything has to be visual.
Yeah.
And it is, and it comes back to pressure on women, the way you're expected to look, the way you want to look, the way you compare yourself to how other people look. Mm-hmm. And we do that, obviously we do that, naturally we do that, we all do that as women. Mm-hmm. I think it's a really weird thing. Conversely, I think it's been really good for me, because you kind of are you just release it and you're just that's how I look, that's the situation, fine, and you kind of make your own peace with it. But equally you do feel the pressure to I don't know, even just not even down to how you look, but being okay, I need to find an outfit for this. I need to think about it. I need to do that. You know what I mean? And I think it's also harder the older you get, the more you've got and I've never been a super high maintenance person anyway, and you're not either. We're just not I mean, that's why we look the way we do. But you know what I mean? I think it's just that added it takes up more time than you think. It takes up more brain space than you think. And
more trips to the post office trying to get all the outfits.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
And I love, breathe, everything this podcast, and I will continue to do so. But I think this is your natural home on camera, and you like doing it, and you enjoy that aspect of it. And I just think that maybe that's like not my time anymore. I've had the best time doing it, but maybe that's just not like the way my life's going to continue. And I feel like I've done it for a good amount of time, and now I'm ready to direct from the sides.
I think also something we noticed at the Georgia Asda event was the influencers had never, who were there, they were more fashion influencers, they weren't Western influencers. So we were one of like the most Western, I mean, we're not influencers, but personalities who were there. And they smashed it. Like they came down in their Western stuff, styled, accessorized beautifully.
Yeah, they looked unreal.
They looked unreal. And it made us go, oh my God, we've been trying to do this for years. And like a whole year, and we are still struggling. Because like, you know, you can't be good at absolutely everything. If like, I'm not good at styling myself. No. I'm just not good. I also don't think I have like a face. I have a face or a body where I sometimes do just look comical. Like I look like Lynette when I have a necktie on, but someone else will put it on, and they'll look wonderful and chic, and it's like a dynamic accessory.
Yeah.
I just have that sort of like comedy body and face that it just doesn't always work. But I think that, and shout out if there's any stylists out there who want to come and help me out on a regular basis.
Maybe that could be my new role.
Yeah, but you're no good at it either. So, and actually, I think...
No, but maybe if I'm doing it on someone else and I'll have more brain space and time to be like, oh, put it together, this will look good on you.
I think also, I like wind you up sometimes. And I worry that you'd be like, let's put her in something absolutely hideous today.
Would.
I'm joking. And I'd be like, yeah, look great. Because I'd just be like, well, she's told me to.
No, do you know what? Sophia always says this to us. She thinks that we are so horrible to ourselves. She thinks literally we're like the meanest girls to ourselves. And I think that comes from like our self-deprecating humour. But actually, I'm sorry, I think we do some things very well. I think sometimes we look very cool and very nice. And actually, sometimes we look Western in our own way, because we make it London, we make it cool, we make it the way we want it to be, okay? So I'm going to scale back and say I'm not going to be horrible to ourselves on this podcast, and I'm taking Sophia's words on. Woo! Big up the women.
Oh, I think I'm sweating at that. Like, yeah, I'm so uncomfortable giving ourselves a sort of compliment about anything aesthetic. I know.
I know I'm kidding myself.
No, I think you look great today.
Very
Kane Brown.
Last step, I finally got it together.
I'll show you. Very miles on it. I think no one in this room should be styling anyone. Not because you don't look great, but I think that's also, you know, Balin actually said to me that he thinks that's part of like the GILP charm, is that we get it wrong. But I don't know if that was Balin, just like slight rinse. We love you, Bay.
Always ripping us to shreds. I think it makes you realer though. Makes you more normal. Like,
yeah, we are real.
There's an element of like you can go look at influencers to like look
and
for
they
people
do it
that
so
look
well.
perfectly, but that's not who we are.
You know,
we are just country fans at the end of the day.
We have followed girls like Georgia Millie, Ashley Vlogs. We have followed those girls pre the podcast. Like you were a big Georgia Millie fan.
Still am.
Still always Georgia. But like, you know, and those girls give us inspiration, but they smash it. And like,
that's absolutely smashing.
Yeah,
and every time.
And I just think that
if I put the exact same outfit on, I still wouldn't look like Georgia. Like genuinely, I've tried many times.
So guys, we are going to see you on the vlog. If you haven't watched it already, give it a go. It is literally hilarious. There's a moment where a bird actually shits in my hair right before Post Malone. Don't miss that. Don't miss that.
Pre-Malone.
What did you say? Oh god, that went over my very hungover head. And you're going to be seeing Ozzy on the vlog. You're going to be seeing Ozzy at events. You're going to see more of me. I mean, you didn't ask for it. You're going to see a lot more of me. We've got some really exciting stuff coming up, and yeah, I wish we could tell you, but we can't. So, my girls in low places, my GILPers, if you are not already, hit the follow button, like, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. We are in this together. Right, Ozzy, I'm about to go and lie down in a dark room.
Well, I actually have to drive you back to that dark room, but yeah.
Yeah, your driving was quite erratic on the way here.
Oh my god, you can't talk.
I think it's because I've got your contact lenses in. It feels like I'm on VR. Yeah, my driving is insane.
Okay, let's get you into your hangover rot.
Yeah, I'm about to go and rot.
Rotting.
Sunday Scaries. See you later, GILPers.
Bye.